Hey everyone, my name is Madeline Irwin. I am the head of investor relations here at AMR. And today we're going to talk about and go into detail about economic occupancy. So we've got another video that kind of highlights a general idea of whenever we go look to acquire a property or make it a part of our portfolio, there's several very important non-financial aspects that go into our decision making. One of those being economic occupancy. This is Catherine Peduano. She's the director of our operations. So she runs a great team, manages a great operation as far as how our properties run, how they're managed, how they produce revenue. Obviously, without that, our investors wouldn't make any money. So it's wildly important. But this video will go into a little bit more detail of that. So Catherine, if you can kind of walk into or dive into what is economic occupancy, why is it important, how does it play a factor in a deal for us?
As Madeline said, economic occupancy is something that's really important that we look for when acquiring properties. What economic occupancy is when we purchase a property, if it's at 100% physical occupancy and all of the tenants are paying the same rate, and that's at 100% occupancy, then our economic occupancy is at 100%. That is not what we look for. We look for economic occupancy between 50 and 75% because we know that there are tenants that are going to pay or that are paying substantially less than our turnover rates, which means that there's room for growth, there's room for us to go in and increase rents. Economic occupancy within the first year, we like it to be between 95 and 99 after we acquire the property and turnover rates. But it also helps us once we've acquired the property, because when we see that our economic occupancy is dropping just a little bit too low, then we know that it's time for us to go ahead and increase rents, or that there's some tenants paying substantially lower than our turnover rates.
Yeah, and the whole rental increase conversation is something that's also wildly important. You know, how do you know when to do that, or things like that. And the economic occupancy, which you should try to say 5 times fast, is a big indicator of what's that going to look like for us, because the rental increase is huge, because obviously when you increase rates, it increases profit for our investors, and so that's a huge component of that. So we'll definitely go into more videos of that. Like I said, we've got another video that kind of talks about a broad version and lists out, these are our most important non-financial aspects, economic occupancy being a big one. So that's kind of our, miniature deep dive into what that looks like and how that works and why it's important. And then we'll have other things that kind of talk about the other things in detail as well. So thanks for watching, and hopefully that was insightful and helpful.